right, it is August 29th on Thursday, 2024. Just now taking the Digibug for a little spin. Had a little, not an air leak, but one of the hoses that connects to the air system. It's a little loose. The design, it's plastic. You got to squeeze the little ring, and it's supposed to go over a couple of nubs and hang on there, but the little nubs broke off, and it's on the air box, and you got to get a new air box, $100 just for those little things. So I rigged it up, a little zip tie action, kind of see if that would hold, and it seems like it's working pretty good. Testing the air out, feels good today. I know it's late in the season to be getting the air. You missed most of summer, but man, we've had some hot days, and it's been worth it. So anyway, here in the bug, going for a little ride, baby, checking it out. Now everything seems to be, can't knock on any wood, got no wood paneling here like some of the cars I like to drive, the big ones. So, all right, where are we at? Look at this crypto market. Look at, let's start with politics. Nothing happens by accident in politics. We saw that earlier this week, I think it was. The last week we had RFK joining forces with Trump, Team Trump, and then he made a post after Tulsi Gabbard threw her support behind Trump. They're going to be part of the transition team, the Trump transition team. I guess they're winning, huh? This thing's all cut up. I look like I'm out of the 80s, hanging off the shoulder here. But Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, posted that, oh, look who joined the Justice League or something. Remember the Justice League? That Superman, Batman, I don't know, Ratman, the Hall of Justice. So it looks like they've got all the, quote, superheroes in place for Trumpomania, baby. Oh, yeah, what do we got here? Some kind of scam. So you've got Trumpomania running wild. What you gonna do, brother, when Trumpomania runs wild on you? So, I don't know. I've always had my suspicions. I have suspicions of everybody, though. I have my suspicions of Tulsi Gabbard. I think she used to work, I guess she's a lieutenant colonel, but I think she used to work in the, for a time anyway, in military, not necessarily intelligence, but messaging. So she's very, when you watch her speak, my first thought was she's very polished and very, she's got an agenda and she's getting it across. She reminded me a lot of Obama, to where I'm not sure, yeah, this is going to be, make sure I get in the shadows. But she reminds me a lot of Obama from the aspect of she's very well polished in her delivery. And I don't know that I trust her. You look at some of the stuff she said about the Second Amendment. To me, that's non-negotiable. It shall not be infringed. I mean, there's a reason for that, or the reason why it's in there. However, I think she's used the common sense gun legislation word speak, which is what they all use, because, oh, well, you know, nobody's for children getting, you know, click in school. I gotta be careful what I say on YouTube. You know, you might get banned over something stupid. So, I mean, you know, they'll use that kind of ploy and, oh, you're right, oh, yeah. And I don't know, the whole thing is just it's just a slippery slope. And I don't know how I really feel about her. I guess I do know how I feel about her. It's just at what level. She seems very, very sly and very measured in her speaking, and there's a reason for everything. It's almost like it's a setup, you know, with everything she says. There's something deeper there, something deeper that I don't really trust. But that's my nature. I don't really trust anybody who is seeking public office, anyone who is attempting to become a part of the corporate system, because that's what the U.S. is at this point. Now, we can argue when that goes back to. Does it go back to 1871? Does it go back to we never really did have a nation and we were always under control of the crown, even though we supposedly won the Revolutionary War? I mean, there's many instances that kind of show we're really not as free as we think we are. We might still be a colony to someone anyway. Now, does that all get unwound? That's where that's funny, the mileage here, you know, when you reset the mileage on the car, it's 91.1, 911. That's what it looks like. Yeah. It's all a big false flag, right? It's all just to take the rights of the people. I'm kind of starting to think that way. Now, I may be out of line. I may be just way down a rabbit hole and digging around and you know, seeing so many different things that maybe aren't true, and maybe this is the reset. Maybe they're, you know, you're putting together the best and the brightest, you know, the Wonder Twins, whatever, the Aquaman. Who else do we have? We've got, you know, Superman, Batman. I can't remember all the superheroes. Wonder Woman, Tulsi Gabbard. You've got all these people coming together that are supposedly going to save America. We're going to make America great again. We're going to save America. And we're going to roll back all these things. We're going to finish the wall that we didn't finish in the first term. We had 4 years and couldn't get it done. We're going to get it done this time. Going to get it done. Going to deport all these bad guys. And, well, maybe not, because we got let a lot of them in. Can't even say it. Yeah, he said that a couple of times in his speeches here recently. We're going to need people. We need a lot of people to come in. And it's almost as if what is really going to get done? We're going to have tariffs. We're going to have all these things. We're going to save Social Security. We're going to save Medicare. We're going to do all. But at what cost? Is it worth saving at this point, I guess, is my point. And once you understand that, hey, maybe we really aren't the free constitutional republic that we thought we were, and it's all been a big ruse, and we're just getting played again. You know, until somebody comes in and starts exposing these things. Another thing, okay, hey, I'm going to release the JFK files, you know, I'm going to let everybody see, you know, what really happened. That didn't happen in the first term, but it's going to happen in this term. It's going to happen in this term. We're going to do that. And by then, all the people that perpetrated it are dead, when we could have exposed them for what they are. But I think all of us know that government's corrupt. It's huge. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to shrink government? What are you going to do to bring back a small government that's controlled by the people? Because right now, that's not the case. And when you align yourself with some of the people that have been responsible and fed off of that government, that have made their livelihoods on government contracts, where is their loyalty? Is it to the people, or is it to the people in power? People that are issuing those contracts, the people who allow that system to perpetuate itself. You know, you don't just become a billionaire without some help. You know, there's money derives itself from one source at this point, and that's the Federal Reserve. And for the most part, that's the world. That's where the money comes from. So if you allow that to continue, what's going to change? I mean, you've got a bunch of grifters that are, you know, just feeding at the trough. And there's kind of this thing breaking right now, this Florida-Nebraska connection with the University of Florida. And it's kind of implicating a little bit Ron DeSantis and Ben Sasse, or Sass, whatever his name was, S-A-S-E. He ran for senator in Nebraska, and then he ended up becoming president of the University of Florida. And then you see different money that changes hands with the connected people, and you really start wondering, is this just a big sellout system? Is this just a big honeypot everybody feeds from and enriches themselves? I think it is. And I think it happens all the time. It happens at every level. It happens, I mean, it's just what happens. Go watch House of Cards. It's like the main way to break through to the people, I think. If you watch that and you think, oh, that's fiction, that's not fiction, okay? That is how it works. The deals get made, and compromises and blackmail, and everybody just makes deals to continue getting through the day. And that's really what it is. You just keep getting through the day. You don't want to relinquish that power, because if you do, well, the whole Ben Sasse thing, you know, the University of Florida, the guy's not even there anymore. You tripled the budget in his department, spending out of control. Where'd that money go? Who benefited from that? And then he resigns, and then they pay him through 2028 his salary. He's not even working there anymore, but he gets $1 million a year. I mean, what kind of deal is that? That's a great deal. I'll quit my job. Hey, just keep paying me what I make every year. I won't come to work. I mean, what a joke. But this is what we tolerate. That's because on the one hand, we really can't dig into all this stuff and understand all this stuff. And then on the other hand, we're just willfully ignorant because we're participating into it and we're tied to it. And it's like, well, I kind of want to get my Social Security check because I kind of put a lot of money into it. Kind of want to get my free health care, or discounted health care, Medicare. I kind of want to, you know, get my pension back, my 401k. So you're kind of incentivized to continue playing in the vampire casino with the fake fiat money created from the artificial Federal Reserve. It's not federal and has no reserves. It's kind of a cliche now. But that's kind of what it is. Nobody wants to hit that red button, like Catherine Austin Fitts says. You know, you hit the red button, a lot of things change. Do you want them to change, or are you rather willing to, you know, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know? Well, the way I look at it, you know it's the devil. Why do you want to continue playing with him? Why do you want to continue to make bargains with him? I don't want to be on the side of the loser. So here we are. And we think that it's going to change with this most important election of our lives coming up in a few months. We're going to change it all and roll it all back. I honestly hope so. I hope that what they say, they're going to save America, make America great, lock them up, drain the swamp, do all these things. I would love to see that happen. However, we already saw one term where it didn't happen. Well, he didn't really know. He didn't realize how deep the swamp was. Blah, blah. He's not a child. He built buildings in New York. His lawyer was Roy Cohn. I mean, you can't tell me the guy doesn't know what's going on. So to me, there's really no excuse. You had 4 years and it just continued itself. If he were such a threat to the system, if these people were such threats to the system, they would not be alive. And then, well, he did get, they tried to assassinate him. And you go into that whole thing. I mean, the investigation going on, and oh, this kid planned it out, and it was very meticulous, and everything he did. He didn't have help. Nobody helped him. It was just him. I mean, give me a break. We buying this stuff? We really buying this stuff? If you're a threat to the order, if you're a threat to the Legion, then they get rid of you. And if they don't get rid of you, then you're probably part of it. I'm just saying. Hate to be so pessimistic, but, it's very liberating, though, when you are. Because you see everything as a fraud. You see everything as an illusion, and then you just don't participate in it. You say, no, I'm not going to do that for this reason. Because I'm just perpetuating the fraud by playing along. So you come to a point and you say, I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to go in the casino anymore. I don't want to play here. So what do I do? What can I do? And, that awareness is the first thing. Then you're like, oh, my gosh, what can I do? And then you start taking steps, though. You have to, because if you don't, you're living a lie. You're living a fraudulent existence, or you just have cognitive dissonance. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's kind of how I look at it. Once you see how corrupt it is, it's empowering because, no, I don't play. I don't want to play. I can't be bought. You can't make deals. I don't want to make deals. And you get into that mindset of, that's fine. I'm going to do something different. And I'm going to do everything I can to do something different. And anybody that wants to do something different, hey, let's have a conversation about how we can do things differently. So look at, first of all, boil it down to this. The ultimate form of enslavement right now, as I see it, is the money. They're robbing you every day through inflation. They're robbing you by giving you money that does not hold its value. So seek out forms of money to store your energy into that have value over time. And you can look at gold, look at silver. We have new inventions, cryptocurrency. Be careful with that, because there are some that will be hijacked and used against you. And they'll just enter you into a digital vampire casino and get you to buy into the one. If they're talking about it, I probably don't want to be a part of it. You get my drift? If they're touting it, it's probably not something I want to be involved in. And if they're not talking about it, those are the things I really want to look at, because they're not talking about it. Because they don't tell you the truth. They don't. And so if they ignore something, that's what I'm looking at. So, I want to look into Litecoin, look into some silver, look into some storable food, look into some heirloom seeds, look into things that you can preserve your wealth and your value with. Something, what are you going to need? What do you need on a daily basis? Get those things and have those on hand. Get them while you can, because there will be artificial scarcity. They will disrupt supply chains. They will try to usher you into a new form of money that's going to benefit you and benefit all of us and make America great. Just realize whoever it is at the top telling you to do something or trying to convince you to do something, it's no different than, hey, you might want to take one of these. Come on, man. Don't be a sheep. Trust yourself. There should be no intermediary. None whatsoever. I mean, you know what's inside and where you come from and what you're connected to. Get connected. You do not need someone to get you connected. Just start talking. Pick up that hotline. Hotline to heaven, baby. All right, we're going to have Hash It Out here in a little bit. Sorry, I'm just like falling off, and geez, it's like my OnlyFans channel here. How I put this sleeve on. Join my Patreon, for after hours. I don't have a Patreon. All right, so Hash It Out is at 4 p.m. Central Time. Check it out on Blind Dave's channel. We got Javier, we got Steak, we've got Blind Dave, of course, and myself, and we talk about all these things. When we try and figure out, okay, what is the path forward? We see what's coming, and here's the evidence. What do we do to put ourselves in a better position to not get steamrolled, not get swallowed up by the tidal wave, not exit, this vampire casino for this new digital vampire casino? No, what do we do about it? So check us out at 4 p.m. Central Time every week on Blind Dave's YouTube channel. The link is below. And then join me and the lovely Litecoin Lisa every Friday at around 5 to 6 p.m. Central Time. Link is below to her channel. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Happy hour, baby. And there's going to be a happy hour, a live happy hour that you all go to, a meetup, to where if you want to learn about crypto, you want to learn about these things, you want to have the discussion with people that, get it, come to that meetup. Go to clintwestwood.net. It is going to be on October 4th here in Central Illinois. All the details are there. Show up. It's free. Drinks are accepted. Hugs are accepted. Absolutely. Donations are accepted. Definitely anything to keep this thing going. More than grateful for that. But nothing is required. Just show up. Show up. Have some drinks. Don't have to drink. Come see the live show. Hang out with a bunch of awesome people. And a lot of awesome people are going to be here. So I hope to see you. All right. Trust yourselves. Love you all. Hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Exit that vampire casino. Find a way to do it. Okay? They're not going to tell you. So what they're not telling you, look at those things. All right. Until next time, have a great day.